nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but how slow this old moon wanes.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon shall behold the night vow solemnity.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won your love, but I shall wed you in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
Happy be Theseus, a renowned Jew.
Thanks, Phidias. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man has my consent to marry her. But, my gracious Duke, Lysander has bewitched the bosom of my child. You, Lysander, have given her poems and interchanged love tokens with my child. You have by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice versus feigning love. His cunning hath filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience due to me to stubborn harshness. My gracious Duke, if she will not consent to marry Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which will be either to Demetrius or to her death.
What say you, Hermia? To you, your father should be as a god, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in his kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me, but I know not by what power I may fall. But I must know the worst that may befall me, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die, or to endure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, examine well you loved, whether, if you yield not to the father's choice, you can endure the life of a nun, chanting faint hymns at a cold, fruitless moon.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, before I yield my virginity unto his lordship, to whom my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next moon, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius.
Renette sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield to my certain wrongs.
You have a father's love, Demetrius. Marry him.
God, what I said! Truly has my love, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do escape unto Demetrius.
I am my lord as well derived as he, as well possessed. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked as Demetrius's. I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why shouldn't I prosecute my right? Demetrius made love to Nada's daughter, Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes upon the spotted, inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard this before, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. Come, Demetrius, and you also, Aegeus, I have some private words for you both. For you, fair Hermia, fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the Lord Athens yields you up to death, or to a vow of single life.
With desire and duty we follow you. So now, my love, why is that cheek so pale? How did the roses then fade so fast?
Like want of rain, which I can well becrive for the tempest of my eyes.
Amy, the course of true love never did run smooth.
Oh, hell that is loved by none's eyes.
Or, if there was sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness lay to each other, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream.
If then true lovers past ever have been lost, it stands in its edict and destiny, as due to loving thoughts, dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me then. I have a widowed aunt of great revenue, and she respects me as her only son. Her house is 7 leagues from Athens, and there, gentle Hermia, we can be married. To that far place, the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If you agree to this, steal forth from your father's house tomorrow night, and I'll wait for you in the woods.
My good Lysander, I swear by Cupid's strongest bow, by all the vows that men have spoken, in none more ever women spoke. In that same place you have appointed me. Tomorrow I will meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
How could you call me fair? The
Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, with favours so yours I'd catch fair Hermia ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him if he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, for he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place.
Helen, do you wear minds will unfold? Tomorrow night, when lovers' fights can be concealed, through Athens' gates we have devised the steel.
And in the woods where you and I, from primrose beds will want to lie, Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes. Farewell, sweet Helen. Pray for us, in good luck grant me of Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight for the lover's food until tomorrow midnight.
I will, my love. Helena, adieu. As you on him, may Demetrius dote on you.
Oh, how happy your brother's son can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. Love looks not with the eye, but with the mind. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyes, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved and showers of oath did melt. I'll tell Demetrius, fair Hermia's flight, and then to the woods will he tomorrow night pursue her. For this intelligence, if I have sense, 'tis a dear expense, but herein I mean to enrich my pain. I'll have his sight there, and back again.
Is all our company here?
You're best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit, through all Athens, to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess, on his wedding day and night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play is about. Then read the names of the actors and so go to a point.
Marry, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of the pyramids of Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you. And a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, read yourself.
And so as I call you, Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, sit down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover who kills himself most gallantly for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes, for I'll move storms, I'll condole in some measure. Yet, my chief humour is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules Raleigh or a Pater Terra Catin to make all split. The raging rocks, the shivering shocks, will break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car will shine afar, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, the wandering knight?
'Tis the lady that Pyramids must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play woman. I have a beard coming.
No matter, you shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Let me hide my face and play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Disney, Disney, ah, Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No, no, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe. Robin Starveling the tailor.
Dear Peter Quince.
You must play Thisbe's mother, and Tom Snout the tinker, you Pyramus' father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's heart, and I hope here the play fitted.
And through the lines part written, if it be, give it me, fine and slow study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the line too. A roar that'll do any man's heart good to hear me. A roar that the Duke will say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And should you do it too terribly, you'd fright the Duchess and ladies, that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
I grant you, friends, that if you were to fright the ladies out of their wits, they'd have no more discretion but to hang us.
But I'll aggravate my voice so that I'll roar as any sucking dove. I'll roar as if I were a nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, as one to have seen a summer's day, a lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
Masters, here are your parts. I'm to entreat, request, and desire you to learn them by tomorrow night. Meet me in the palace woods, where we will rehearse by moonlight. For if we meet in the city, we will be dogged with company, and our devices known. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains to be perfect and true.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Now, spirit, whither wander you? Over hill, over dale, far bush, far briar, over path, over vale, far flood, far fire. I do wander everywhere, and I serve fair queen, to view her orbs upon the green.
The king does keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen comes not within his sight, because she and her attendants has a lovely boy, and jealous Oberon would have the child. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by found in clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and make you quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
And not to heed that bites the reins of the villager, the fleet night runners laughing at their hands.
Those of hobgoblins call you sweet puck. You do their work, and they shall have good luck.
And not to heed?
Thou speak aright, I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest over and make him smile,
And sometimes lurk in a goddess bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab.
and when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered julep pour the ale.
The wisest aunt telling the saddest tale, sometimes a cerebral soul mistaketh me.
Then slip I from her bum, down topples she and falls into a cough.
Then the whole choir holds their hips, and laughs and sneers and swears. A merry hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon, and here my mistress. What says you ever home?
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, give hence. I have forsworn better company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not your lord?
Then I must be your lady. But why come you here, from the farthest step of India? Is it that your busker mistress to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their beds joy and prosperity?
How can you, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, when I know your love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the middle summer spring, met we on hill in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with your brawls you have disturbed our sport. Therefore, the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have whipped up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in the land, have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The spring, the summer, the chiding autumn, angry winter have changed their wonted livery, and the amazed world knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and originals.
Do you amend it then? It lies in your power. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child from me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spice, Indian air, often had she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands. But she, being mortal of that boy, did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood do you intend stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy and I'll go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. Shall chide them right if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way, but I will torment thee for this injury. My gentle puck, come hither. Do you remember that time I saw, but you could not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed?
I remember.
A certain aim he took, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. Yet mark thou where the bolt of Cupid fell upon a little western flower, now purple with love's wood. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed you once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next living creature that sees. Fetch me that flower, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania where she is asleep, and drop the liquor in her eyes. The next thing she, waking, looks upon, be it on lion, bear, wolf or bull, meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? You, troubled soul, unto this wood, and here am I, mad within this wood, because I cannot find my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted animals. Leave your power to draw, and I'll have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you, or rather, do I not? In plainness, truth, tell you, I do not, nor cannot love you.
And even for that I do love you the more. Give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse place can I beg in your love? Yet a place of high respect with me than to be used as you would use your spaniel.
Yet not so much the hatred of my spirits, for I'm sick when I look on you.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one who loves you not, to trust the opportunity of the night and the ill counsel of this deserted place in the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that, it is not night when I see your face, nor does this wood lack worlds of company. For you, in my respect, are all the world. So how can it be said that I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from you and hide in the bushes and leave you to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest has not such a heart as you.
I will not stay to hear your pleas. If you follow me, do not believe I won't do mischief in the woods.
Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow you, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph, ere he do leave this grove. You shall fly from him, and he shall seek your love. Welcome, wanderer. I pray thee, give me the flower. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grow. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. With the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Now you also take some of it, and seek throughout this grove a disdainful youth with whom a sweet young lady is in love. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing that he espies will be the lady. You shall know the man by the Athenian garments he has on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than she upon her love.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Be it lynx or bear or cat, leopard or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye that shall appear, when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with the wandering of the wood, and to speak the truth, I've forgotten our way. Rest, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find her out again, for I upon this bank the rest of my life.
One turf shall serve as a pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, with bosoms and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet is my innocence. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that one heart we can make of it. Then by your side no bedroom you deny for lying so, Hermia. I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very Christian, but gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off. In human modesty, such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So be a little distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter to your sweet life ends.
Amen to that fair prayer, sir. And then in life, when I am loyalty, here is my bed. Sleep. Give thee all his rest.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of ashen tea does there, and the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she should not lie me, this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid, sleep is seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. Stay, don't you kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee to go away. Do not haunt me thus.
Would you be so unkind as to leave me? Do not so.
Stay. Do not follow. I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wherever she lies, for she has blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, if so my eyes are more often to watch than hers. But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep? Lysander, if you live with her, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent woman, nature shows up, and through the bosom I can see your heart. Where is Demetrius? Ah, bitter word, that vile name is perish upon my sword.
Say not so, Lysander. Though Demetrius loves your Hermia, yet Hermia still loves you, so be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. It is not Hermia, but Helen I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says that you are the worthier maid. I touch you now the point of human skill, and reason becomes a marker for my will, which leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this king mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve such scorn? Is it not enough, young man, that I never did, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye? But you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong in such disdainful manner to woo me. Perforce, I must confess, I thought the lord of more true gentleness. Oh, the lady of one man refused, should of another therefore be abused.
Hermia, sleep thou there, and never may you come near Lysander, for as the surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. So you, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me, and all my powers, address your love and might, to honour Helena, and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do your best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Pity me for pity. What a dream was here. And Santa, look how I quake with fear. The thought of serpent ate my heart away. Will you sat smiling at its cruel prey? Lysander? What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no words? Where are you? Speak for love's sake. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you are fine immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, Pat, here's a marvellous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, and we will do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
Hey, Queens,
What's that, Sir Bullybottom?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw his sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you though?
By our Larkin, a parlous fear.
I believe we mostly the killing out when I was born.
Not a whit. I've a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we'll do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue, and I shall write it myself.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not more fearful, wild, foul than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, we must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble. For if you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my own life. No, I am no such thing. I'm a man as other men are. And there indeed, let him tell them plainly he's not the joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there are two hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Does the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it does shine that night.
Why, then may you leave the casement of the great chamber window open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern, and say he comes to disfigure, or to present, the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster about him to signify a wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, it shall be so. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. Once you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen. What? A play toward?
I'll be an audience, an act or two perhaps if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savour sweet.
Odours, odorous.
Odours savour sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stayest thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus that ever played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, very much you. But you must understand, he goes but to see a voice, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose of triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile, true as truest horse that yet shall never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's turn.
Ninus too, man! Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Enter Pyramus, your cue is never tire.
As true as truest horse that yet shall never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, if I were only thine.
Oh monstrous, oh strange, we are haunted. Pray must
sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and neighs and barks, and grunts and roars, and burns at every turn.
Why did they run away? This is knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Boston, thou art changed.
What do you see? Do you see an asset of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom! Bless thee! Thou art translated!
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I'll not stir from this place. I'll walk up and down here, and I shall sing that they'll hear that I'm not afraid. The ear-stalk cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill. The thrust of wind that snows so true, the wren with little quill. The finch, the sparrow, and their luck, the plain-still cuckoo grey. Is not full many a man doth muck, and dares not answer nay.
What angel wakes me from Oh, I pray thee, gentlemen, sing again. For my ear is much enamoured of thy notes. So is my eye enthralled to thy shape. And your fair virtue's force doth move me on the fair to you to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together then nowadays. The more it is that some old stage will not make them friends.
Oh, thou art wise, thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. If I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve my own turn.
Oh, out of this wood do not desire to go. I am the spirit of no common race, and I do love thee. Therefore, stay with me. I'll give you berries to attend on me, and they shall fetch you jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on fresh flowers do sleep. And I will purge your mortal grossness so, that you shall like an airy spirit go. Peace, bottom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed, Betty, there you go. Be kind and careful to this gentleman. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, purple figs, green grapes, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the bumblebee, and pluck the wings from the painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, Ellie, and do him fast. Hail, Awesome! Come, wait upon me, lead him to my bower. For the moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, sweeps every little flower, as if lamenting some form of justice. Tie up my love's tongue, and bring him sun.
I wonder if Titania be awake, and what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. How now, mad spirit? What night rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower. A crew of hatchers, rude mechanicals, who met together to rehearse play.
The shallowest 16 of that barren sort, who pyramids presented in their sport. And as was known, I fixed on his head, when they spy, away fellows fly.
Their senses weak, their fears thus strong, made them sense as things began to do them wrong.
I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sneak pyramids translated there.
When in that moment so it came to pass,
Titania wakened and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But have you yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I bid you do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side.
That when he woke, of force she must be seen.
Stand close, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman?
But not this the man.
I wonder if you cue him that loves you so, lay breast so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now, but child, but I should use you worse. For you, I fear, give me cause to curse. If you have slain Lysander in his sleep, then plunge in deeper and kill me too. The sun was not so true until the day appeared to me. Would he have stole away from sleeping Campion? It cannot be. But you have murdered him. So should the murderer look so dead, so grim?
So should the murdered look, and so should I. pierced through the heart by a stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, stand bright and clear as yonder Venus in a glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, will you give him to me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! You drive me past with bounds on maidens' patience. Have you slain him then? Henceforth being never numbered among men. And have you killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm and adder do so much?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
If I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege to see him no more, whether he is dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here therefore, for a while I remain. So sorrow's heaviness does heavier grow, for debt the bankrupt sleep to so owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if it is tender here, I make some stay.
What have you done? You have mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turn true.
Then fate overrules. One man holding truth, a million sail confounding oath or note.
About the wood go swifter than wind, and Helena of Athens look you find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see you bring her here. I'll charm his eyes for when she does appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, picked with Cupid's archery, see from the apple of his eye. When his love he does espy, make her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When you wake, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's thee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lo, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then we'll talk once through one, that needs be fought alone. And those things do best please me that perform preposterously.
Why should you think that I would scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of fate to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy phrase. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her over?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
No, not in my mind. Now you give her over.
Demetrius loves her. He loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyes? Prisoners mighty. Oh, how ripe you show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempt thee grow, and let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, hell! Spite! I see you're all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you'd not do me this much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do? That you must join souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you'd not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super-praise my parts, and I'm sure that you hate me with your heart. You both are rivals to love Hermia, now both rivals to mock Helena, a trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes in your derision. Not of noble kindness to offend a maid to make such sport.
You're unkind, Demetrius. You're not so. For you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill and all my heart, in Hermia's love, I use you up that path. And yours of Helena, to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do, till my death.
Never did mockers waste such idle breath.
Lysander, keep your Hermia, if ever I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as a guest sojourned, is now to Helena home returned. Look, here comes your love.
You are not by my eye, Lysander found. My ear, I thank it, has brought me to your sound. But why unkindly did you leave me so?
Why should you stay when love was supposed to go?
What love could take Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love for Helena, who more gilds than I than all your fire out of life. Could not this make you know the hate I bear you and leave you so?
Speak not as you think. It cannot be.
No, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive you've conjoined all three. Fashioned this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid. Have you conspired, have you, with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we've spent, when we had chid the hasty-footed time of parting us? Oh, is it all forgot? Or school days friendship, childhood innocence? Those warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, our voices and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together. And will you rend this ancient love asunder to join with men, scorning your poor friends?
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. Seems that you scorn me.
Have you not sat Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speak these thus to her he hates? And why does Lysander deny your love and tender me affection? But by the setting on, by your consent.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each other, hold the sweet jest up. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you'd not make me such a fool. But very well, it's partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life and soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet. Do you not scorn her so?
Helen, I love thee by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose to you, to prove him false that says I love you not.
I say, I love you more than people do.
If you say so, prove it in the duel.
Lysander, where'd you take all this?
Away, you idiot! Hang off, you cat, you bird, vile thing that whoso I shake you from me like a servant.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes the sweet love?
Out, tawny tartar, out! The loathed medicine, a hasty potion, hence!
Do not jest. Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? Since night you loved me, since night you left me, oh, God forbid.
Ay, by my life, I never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing sure. It is no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What? Have you come by night and stole my love's heart from him?
Have you no modesty? No touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? You counterfeit, you puppet!
Puppet! So that's where it goes again. Now perceives that she's made comparative enough statues. She is urged to height, and with a personage, her tall personage, she has rebelled with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, you painted maypole? How low am I? I am not yet so low, that my nails can reach until thine eyes.
Pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not harm me. I've no gift at all in shrillishness. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think that because she's something lower than myself, I can match her.
Lower, hark again!
Good Hermia, be not so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, never wronged you. Save that I told Demetrius of yourself unto this wood. He followed you, and for love I followed him. But he threatened to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, if you'll let me quietly go, to Athens I'll bear my folly back and follow you no further.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
Foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What would Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, Helena. She shall not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when we went to school. And though she is but little, she is fierce.
Little again. Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flap me thus and become to her?
Get you gone, you dwarf! You idiot! You beach acorn!
You are too ambitious on her behalf. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part.
Now she holds me not, so follow, if you dare to see his right as most in Helena.
Follow. Nay, I go with you. Keep my jowl.
You mistress,
All this trouble is because of you. I'll not trust you, no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands are quicker for the fray. My legs are long ago to run away.
I am amazed. I don't know what to say.
This is your negligence! Still you have mistaken, or else committed these knaveries wilfully!
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me that I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far, Blazeless proves my enterprise, as I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far, I'm glad it sewed his sword, as if their jangling eyes sting the sport.
You see these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore of them, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fog as bleak as Acheron. And lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem dream and fruitless vision. While I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. Then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things will be peace.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town, goblin, lead them up and down.
Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak you now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
Or be with thee straight.
Follow me then to claim the ground.
Lysander, thou runaway, coward, have you fled? Speak. It's a bush.
You coward, are you bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that you look for wars and yet you will not come? Come, recreant, he is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea. Are you there?
Follow my voice. Will try no man could hear.
He goes before me and still dancing on. When I come to where he calls, it's gone. The villain is much like you tonight. I follow fast, but faster did he fly. So I'm forward in a dark and even way, and rest me now, gentle day, when you show me your grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge his spite.
Hoy, hoy, hoy! Coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if you dare, for well I know you run before me, shifting every place, and dare not stand, nor look me in the face. Where are you now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, you mock me. You will pay dearly for this, if ever by daylight your face I see. Now go your way. Faintness constrains me to measure out my length on this old bed, but by day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, oh, long and tedious night, abate thy hour. Shine comfort from the east, that I may go back to Athens by daylight, away from these my poor company to test. Sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, still me a while from my own company.
Yet but three, come one more, two of both kinds. That makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace in my desires. Here will I rest me to the break of day. Heaven shield my standard, they mean afraid.
On the ground, sleepy sound, I will fly to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, take true delight in thy sight of thy former lady's eyes, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, nor shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well. Come, sit me down upon this flowery bed, while I their amiable cheeks decoy, and stick
musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Get your weapons in your hand, good Monsieur, and kill me a bumblebee on top of a thistle. Bring me the honey bag. Have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you covered with the honey. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready? What is your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help Cobweb scratch. I'm marvellous hairy, I must to the barber's, for methinks I'm marvellous hairy about the face. And I'm such a tender ass, if my hair do not tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Would thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I've a reasonable good ear for music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
What say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch on dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to hay. Sweet hay hath no fellow. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I've an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, fairies away. So does the woodbine with sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, and the female ivy so enring the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love them, how I dote.
Good morrow, Robin. See thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the woods, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. When I had taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her that changeling child, which straightway she gave to me. And now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take the transformed scalp off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking may again return to Athens, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of the dream. But first I will awake the fairy queen. Be as thou was wont to be, see as thou was wont to see. Diane's bud over Cupid's flower has such force and blessed power. Now, mine Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen of late? Methought I was enamoured of an ass.
There lies your love.
How do these things come to pass? Oh, how my eyes do loathe his visage now.
Robin, take off his head.
Now when thou wakest with thine own full-sized peace,
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now you and I, and you in amity, and we'll dance in Duke Theseus's house, and bless it to prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded, with Theseus, all in jollity.
Come, my lord, and in outlight, tell me how it came this night, that I, sleeping here, was found, with these mortals on the ground.
At last, fair daughter, a wedding day is nigh. But soft, we are these nymphs that sleep here on the ground.
My lord, this is my daughter, he is asleep. And this Lysander, he Demetrius and Helena. I wonder why they're all here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May. Came here to grace our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Well, let us hear what her fate shall be. Good morning, friends. I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world where hatred is so far from jealousy? To sleep by hate, fear no enmity.
My lord, I shall reply amazingly. Half sleep, half waking, but I swear I cannot say how it came to me, but if I think for truly what I speak, came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where...
Enough, my lord! You have said enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away Demetrius, thereby defeated you and me. Me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, Helena told me of their purpose hither to this wood,
and I in fury followed them. Fair Helena, in fancy, followed me. But, my good lord, I know not by what power my love for Hermia, melted as the snow, now seems to me as the remembrance of an idle gaud, which in my childhood I did dote upon. Now all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of my eye, is only Helena. As in sickness did I loathe this food, but in health comes my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will evermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we shall hear more anon. Yes, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by, with us, these couples will be interned in it, after which we hold a feast for all to share our joy. Come before.
These things seem small and indistinguishable.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
Myself as well. And I find Demetrius like a jewel, my own, but not my own.
Are you sure we are awake? It seems that yet we sleep and dream. Do you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, it was Theseus and my father, and Hippolyta.
He bid us follow him to the temple. Why then, we are awake. Let us follow him, and on the way recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I'll answer. My next line is, most fair Pyramus. Hey ho, it's Peter Quint, Flute the bellows mender, Snout, starveling. God's my life, they've stolen hence and left me here asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream, past a witted man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if you go about to expound this dream. Methought I was, but there is no man can tell what. Methought I had, but man is a fool if he will say what methought I had. I'll get Peter Quint to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it has no bottom, and I shall sing it in the latter end of the play, before the Duke.
Have you been to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet?
We cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he not come and the play is marred, it goes not forward, does it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he simply has the best wit of any handicraftsman in all of Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. He is the very paramour of a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. The paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is come from the temple, and other lords and ladies married too. Had our play gone forward, we'd have all been made men.
Most sweet Bully Bottom, thus has he lost 6pence a day during his life, as the Duke would have given him 6pence a day for playing Pyramus, and I'll be hanged, he would have deserved it too.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom, O most courageous day, O most happy hour.
Masters, I'm to discourse wonders, but ask me not, for if I tell you, I'm not a true Athenian. I'll tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word from me. All that I'll tell you is that the Duke is dying. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, and every man look over his path. For the short and the long is, our place preferred!
Yeah!
In any case, let this be have clean linen, and let not him who plays a lion trim his nails. They shall hang out as the lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat no onion nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt, but to hear them say, it was a sweet comedy. No more words, away!
'Tis strange, my Theseus, what these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such deceiving brains, such shaken fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason ever confidence. Such tricks have strong imagination, that in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together. It grows to something of great constancy, however strange and admirable.
Here comes the lovers full of joy and mirth. Gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your heart. Come now, what entertainment shall we have for this evening? Where's the usual manager of mirth? What revels are at hand? Is there no play to ease away the anguish of the torturing hour? Philostrate, what entertainment have you for this evening? What music, what dances? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There's a play, there's a brief, how many spots arrive. Make choice of which your highness visit first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch. Will, none of that. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. No, it's an old device. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love feasting. Very tragical note. Tedious and brief. That is, hot ice and wondrous, strange snow. How shall we find a concord in this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as long as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. Which makes it tedious, for in all the plays, there's not one word and one player fitted. And tragic how my noble lord it is. For Pyramus does kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, made my eyes water. But more merry it is, the passion of loud love will never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that worked in Athens here, which never wavered in their minds till now, but now have toiled their ungrafted memories in the same place for your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it's not for you. I have seen it all, and it is nothing. Unless you can find sport in thy own pants, extremely stretched and combed with cruel pain to yourself.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when sinfulness and duty tender it. Go bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overpowered, and duty in his service perishing.
Why this? Because he mustn't play.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind that we will be done, to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what is left, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes them much, not that. Trust me, sweet. Love and tongue-tied simplicity, at least, speak most to my breast.
So please, your grace, the prologue is at rest.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minded to contest you. Our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here. That you should here repent you, the actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand on points. His speech is like a tangled chain. Nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who's next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on, till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady is This man, with lion and rough cast, doth present a wall. That vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper. This man, with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine, for you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus too, there to woo. this grisly beast, Moonshine was my name. The trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather, did affright, and as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. And on comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast. And Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, wall, moonshine, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the line be to speak.
I wonder, my lord, one line may, when many assets do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often very secretly. This load, this rough cast, and this stone doth show, I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny is right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
O Greenwood night, O night with hue so black, O night which ever art when day is not, O night, alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wool, O sweet, O lovely wool, that stands between her father's ground and mine, thou wool, O sweet, O lovely wool, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wool, Joseph should be well pleased. What's the eye? No Thisbe do I see, O wicked wool, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me. She is to enter now, and I'm to spy her through the wall. You shall see, beautiful Pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
The passing by fair Pyramus of me. Thy cherry lips have often kissed thy stones. Thy stones with lime and hair knitted in me.
I see her voice. Now will I to the chink. She's fired, and I can hear my Thisbe's face.
My love, thou art my love. I think
what thou wilt. I'm thy lover's grace, and, like Lamander, am trusty still.
And I like Helen, till fates be killed.
Not Shuffless to Procrus was so true.
As Shuffless to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the whole of this vile wall. Wilt thou needs soon meet me straight away?
Tie long, tie down, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, wall away doth go.
If we think no worse than they do of themselves, they may pass as excellent men. Here comes two noble beasts, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monster's mouth that creeps on floor, may now, perchance, both quake and tremble here. Then not I, when lion laughs in widest rage does roar. Then not that I, once snapped the joiner, am a lion fair, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 12 teeth on my life.
The very gentle beast, of a good conscience. Now, let us listen to the moon.
This lamp lost the poorly moon for them, myself, the man in the moon who seemed to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern, else is he to be the man in the moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog.
This is our Minnie's tune. Where is my love?
Well done, moon. Truly, the moon shines as a good friend.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust you take of truest is beside. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes do you see? How can it be? O dainty duck, oh dear. Thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood? Approaching furies fell. O fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum. Quail, crush, conclude and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, for I pity the man.
O wherefore nature didst thou lions frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, which was the fairest thing, that lived, that liked, that loved, that looked with cheer. Come tears confound, outsoared, and wound the pap of Pyramus. Ay, the left pap where heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead, now am I dead. My soul is in the sky, time lose thy light, moon take thy flight. Now die.
With your help certain, he might take cover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone, before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find her way, the starlight. Here she comes, and the patient ends the play.
Asleep, my love? My dearest, arise. Speak, quite dark. Dead, the truth must cover our sweet eyes. These my lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip's cheeks are gone. His eyes were as green as leaves. My sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Bathe them in gold, since you have shore, the shears his thread of silk. Tell not a word, come trusty soul, come lay my breast embrace. Farewell, good friends, blessings be yours.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
And also.
No, I assure you, the wall is down that part of their fathers. Will it help to see the epilogue, or to see the Burgomaster dance between two of their company?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when all the players are dead, there needs none to be blamed. Very, if that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine trilogy. And so it is, truly and very notably, discharged. But come, your Burgomask, leave your epilogue alone. hour of midnight hath told 12. For lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. A fortnight hold with this solemnity, full of nightly revels and new jokes.
Now the hungry lion roars and the wolf behouses the moon. When the heavy ploughman snores with his weary task done. Now it is the time of night with the graves all gaping wide. Everyone lets forth his sprite on their church ways path to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate keen, like the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now a frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom aforth to sweep the dust behind the door. If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, if you pardon, we will mend. And, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hand if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.